And we're live for the last and final time, actually, within this like Luksuz Cheap Films Festival, our 18th edition. So, which means that our festival rocket is kind of slowly landing. 2 weeks of the program behind us has flown by really quickly with super digital speed, actually. But we're gonna end this in the best way we know. So it's some Q&A and some young and inspiring guests that are here with us today. So that way we will leave this online space feeling good and hopeful, hopefully, about the future. So all of our guests are actually participants of the Kinotrip pre-festival workshop. We had mentors of this workshop, Matevž and Matic, with us an hour ago. We talked about some behind the scenes of music video making in Slovenia. And now we have the actual participants of the workshop here. So they will talk about their experience firsthand while making these videos. So yeah, the music videos that they made were premiered on our YouTube channel this morning, and you still have a few more hours until the end of this Sunday to hop over there and watch them, and you will see what they created together. And okay, so now our guests, we have Kaja, Jakob and Ela, the creative team behind the video spot called SKUPIVN by SMRT, BOGA and OTROK. And then we have Leia and Ela, so the brains behind the song REKI, I mean the video spot by MRFY. And then we have the same song and the same artist, so MRFY, but with a different group. And Luksuz, this was made by Luksuz team, and we have our representative today here as well, Sasha. Hello, hello. And yeah, and as always, for the last time now during this festival, any comments and questions, write us on Facebook. We'll try our best to answer them. And now I'm giving my digital mic to Natasha, who's also one of the volunteers here, as I am. I'm Špela, by the way, and she'll be leading this Q&A. Natasha, the stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. Yes, as Špela mentioned, my name is Natasha. I am a volunteer here at Luksuz. I unfortunately was not at this workshop, but it sounds like it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a good opportunity today to talk to the participants, to see what you learned and what the process was like for you guys. So first, I think we can do it sort of by group a little bit, and then we can have a little bit of a discussion between us. So maybe we can start with Kaja's group. How many of you are in this group? Again, was it 3? 3, okay. So first, I would like to ask you guys, like, what did you get any guidance from the artist? And if not, how did you even start, like, to come up with an idea? How did you start this process?
We didn't really get any consultations with artists. We just listened to the song and kind of found our inner inspiration, and then yes, we combined our ideas, and that is how the video was made.
But I really want to know, where did the doll thing start? Where did that come from?
Yes, the dolls were kind of my idea, because the song is really kinky in a way. So I was trying to find materials, or just like stuff that would make that would portray this grotesque vibe in a way. Their Brad's dolls are kind of unproportional and strange, so that's why I use them.
And like, in any way, was this sort of a parody video, would you say, or not?
No, that was not the no, never.
Okay, so it wasn't like playing reference to like these, sort of gangster or like hip hop videos where you have the babes in the car and it's quite sexual, but in this way you have dolls like Winnie the Pooh wearing women's underwear. So it's kind of like, I don't know, subverting the stereotype a little bit. I mean, what do you say to that, Kaja, maybe? That's how I see it anyway.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't the intention. I mean, we got Ella had the idea with the dolls. So we just gathered some like elements, some requisites, and we just play around with them. I mean, we just put the dolls in the positions that we found interesting. So yeah, and there was also the famous bear. So we also just played with that. Yeah.
Okay, and how did you like set up your shots? Like, did you create like whole scenes, like kind of diorama, or like how did you set this up? Because it looks really interesting.
Yeah, we had also this like paper of different colors. So we changed the color theme a couple of times, and we I mean, Ella got all kinds of like glitter, bed bombs, we got some lotions and stuff like that. So we weren't really when we were filming, we weren't really like focusing on the lyrics. I think the lyrics were just to get video some kind of theme. Like we wanted it to be this glossy, sparkling, pinkish style. And then we we just improvised what we can do with all these elements that we had. Yeah.
And can I ask you, in what ways were you like restricted in this workshop? Were you told to only use certain equipment or like certain time limit, or like tell me more about that?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be that everything is filmed with a phone. That was, I think, the only restriction. I mean, on the end, we were filming it with Jakob's iPad in 4K, which gave us a bit problems in editing. But other than that, no, I don't think there were any other restrictions.
Okay, cool. And maybe someone else from the team can let me know how you made it work, you know, how you catered your idea to this technology, you know, like how you made your idea fit the restrictions that were given to you.
So we had a problem with exporting video because 4K was taking a lot of time to put on a USB stick. And we were also having problems here with storage, and I couldn't transfer it to the cloud. So we wasted a lot of time on that.
Yeah. That's one for future reference. 4K eats away at your memory, so you have to have big memory for that. But I wanted to know more about like kind of setting the shots up for an iPad, or thinking, right, we have to make this video just with a phone or an iPad, so that kind of stops us from doing certain kinds of shots. How did you kind of make the video and the vibe of the video, the style, like fit the technology that you had?
Oh, so we had a higher quality video, and sometimes it was a little lower quality because we zoomed. So it was kind of matching the style of the video. So it was a little lower quality.
Okay, did one of the other girls want to have say something? Kaja?
Not really, but yeah, maybe it was even easier to shoot with phone. I mean iPad, because we had this little table that the whole set was on. So I don't know, we could go like in really close and stuff. And what I wanted to say, oh, I forgot now. Yeah, I mean, the first day we checked the material we filmed, and then we figured out that
it was missing something. And the next day we went to shoot again, and then we tried a lot more like moving also the objects and also the iPad. So it's not this fixed shots, but they were more like dynamic.
Yeah, I would say that this video did a very good job of working with the restrictions you were given. So you were given this restriction of, okay, it has to be filmed on an iPad in a short period of time. So it's not like anyone expected some high value production film, basically. So you kind of work with it to create this kind of vibe that fit this lower quality kind of budget, like low budget kind of music video. So I think it fit like really well with the theme and everything that you were doing. So I would say you did a really good job on that, guys. And now I think it's about time to move on to another group. So let's go over to MRFY. MRFY, the black and white video, you know, the one with the not Sasha's group, but the other group. So I wanted to ask maybe you guys, like the same question I asked to the other team, like, were you given some prompts by MRFY, or did you just like start on your own ideas? And if so, like, where did you start?
Leah, should I take this one? Basically, no. We made it on our own. It was purely based on our own ideas, our own perception of the song. Yeah, so basically on the first day when we had to present our ideas, it just sort of, Leah came to me and was like, you know, maybe we should be in a group together. We had quite a similar ideas. And then we listened to the song a couple of times, and we just felt like it would be really good to have it in black and white because of the symbolism that's in the lyrics of the song. The song is really just so strongly based on the lyrics, and we just were looking for the shots that would be as symbolic as the lyrics.
Okay, so you kind of let the lyrics of this song guide you. In that regard, was there some kind of story behind the video there? Because I see like there was sort of like some dramatic scenes, and I mean, I didn't speak Slovenian, so I couldn't exactly get all of this references to the lyrics, but was there some kind of story that maybe the team created to tell this, to create this video?
Yeah, sort of. Basically, when we listened to the song, we were immediately agreed that we didn't want to make it cliche, because when you have a female character and a male character in song or in a movie, it's really, usually it's like, okay, the guy leaves the girl leaves the guy, some sort of, you know, scenario, but we really wanted to make it different. And I think we did it sort of, you know, we were looking for like specific shots that would just show a little bit of both, but we really wanted to focus on the female character because the song is, you know, the male sings the song and it's sort of from a male perception. And throughout the video, we wanted to show how this male figure is slowly starting to, you know, to possess her, the female character.
And did you maybe use some other music videos or short films or feature films as inspiration for your film?
We were given a few links by our mentors for a couple of songs. Maybe you should take this one.
Yeah, we watched the music video Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds Where the Wild Roses Grow, and I Follow Rivers. So that kind of inspired us on how we wanted to do our shots.
Okay, yeah, I would say that the cinematography in this film was very well thought out. You have some really nice shots in there. Can I ask who did the cinematography, and do you have any experience in this? Because it was really cool.
Thank you. We mostly did everything together, so we didn't have a certain position. But no, none of us are experienced.
I mean, Leah, you sort of.
I did a short movie, but that's not like real.
Yeah, but you know, and Amadej is also sort of sometimes taking photographs, and I study photography currently, so I guess that's sort of combined.
And where do you get your inspiration for your shots in this film, like your cinematography?
Just like Leah said, these two music videos for I Follow Rivers and Where the Wild Roses Grow really helped us, but it was not entirely based on it. So yeah, I don't know. Looking at other photographs or other music videos really helped, but you know, in the end, it's all about your imaginations. We also had to use a mirror a couple of times, and yeah.
Yeah, I noticed the shot with the mirror. I think that was quite creative. I want to ask you, like, so did you also shoot on a phone, right? Did you also shoot on a phone?
Leah? Should you? Well,
I think she's freezing.
Oh yeah, I think so too. No, we talked it out with our mentors, and we wanted to, you know, all three of us have sort of not very good smartphones and old, and we decided to film it with our cameras for photography. But so we filmed it with my camera and with Leah's camera, but they were both really cheap and like low quality, so it was just like a phone, really.
Okay. So how did you make this fact that you didn't have so much technology or like resources? How did you make this work for your music video?
It actually wasn't as much of a problem in the end, because you really quickly realize how it's more about the idea you have and how you want to present it. And just like I said before, we used the mirror. There are a couple of shots where she's running, so I basically had to run after her with the camera. So I gave it a little more like of a human live feeling, and you know, tripod a couple of times, but yeah, just improvising, which makes it even more, I don't know, I think it's easier to see someone's style or skills when you are actually doing with the like less resources.
Nice. And how, I want to ask in general, like, how was the workshop for you? Did you enjoy it? And do you think you will do music videos again?
Is this a question just for our group?
Yeah, I think that, yeah, I mean, I will ask the other group when we get around to them, but yeah, you guys can go now.
Okay, well, I can only speak for myself. I really enjoyed it. I have to say, it's really interesting. What I found interesting the most was the fact how much time it has to go to make such a, you know, just a 4-minute visual presentation of a song, you know, just like making a 10-second commercial, how much time you actually need and how much you really have to work together to make it. So I'm definitely, Leia and I are already making dates for new projects. So yeah.
Nice, that's great to hear. So the same question for Leia.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Okay, yeah, it was, did you enjoy the workshop? Like, how did you find it in general? And do you think you'll be doing more music videos in the future?
Okay, so I found the workshop on Facebook and I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun experience. And I think we all learned something new. And yeah, as Ella said, we are already planning on doing another project together.
Okay, you kind of cut out for me there a little bit. So you're planning new projects,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Just cut out a little bit. No worries. Okay, now I think it's time we have more representatives from MRFY group number 2, lovely space girls. So now I want to ask you guys, Sasha, we have also Rojana and Tyfenn. Why did you choose space? Because I understand that you also weren't given prompts by your band. So yeah, why space?
Girls, do you want to go with this? I mean, there is a very kind of long and complicated story behind space, but if to tell it very shortly, it's just because it was kind of rescue mission, you know, for us to rescue the project that didn't work out as we planned. So that's why from this metaphor of rescuing, so this space basically came, and space travel somehow.
Okay, so you know what my next question is going to be. Why did you have to save your project? What went wrong? Maybe Rojana and Tyfenn.
Yeah, because we had an idea with some mask and we shot all, but at the editing we just found out that it didn't work and it didn't stick with the music. So we had to find something else with what we had. So yeah.
And how did you come to the decision that it didn't work? Like, what was this? how for people that are maybe working on projects and they don't know when to turn around and get a new idea. What was this moment for you?
Just when we saw the shot, I mean, you feel it, like when it doesn't fit with the music, you know, like yeah, we didn't we try a bit, but after, yes, we couldn't, because I don't know, we just knew that it was going to be bad if we would continue, I guess, with that. And yeah.
Okay, so you instinctively knew it just didn't work, just from your own knowledge of film and your just the way that you just didn't like it instinctively. Okay, that's great. And I really want to ask, like, how you made your video graphics, you know, of like the spaceship and everything. How was this actually done?
So it was like really hours and hours of trying different shots. But I think you're asking about visual materials, like what are they? Yeah.
Yes.
The source, right?
Yeah. So I see you have like mixture of some stuff that you filmed, like of hair and eyes and stuff, but like this like spacecrafts and stuff. How did you get this? How did you make this?
Thanks to history of space travel, you know, and space missions and documentation of space missions from NASA. It's open archives, and basically everything that is not filmed by us it was all taken from public open archives. There are not only from NASA, but from different types of digital archives with kind of Creative Commons materials or open libraries.
Okay, that's a great hint, actually. I never knew about this NASA Open Archive material. So that's a great source of inspiration for maybe other people that are wanting to do music or experimental videos, you know, very nice. And how did you kind of put all of these elements, like the things you filmed and the NASA footage, how did you fit all of these elements together in the editing?
Rojana, master of editing.
Yeah, I was there more emotional support, but also technical support. We played around with the masks, you know, and with different layers, different opacities. We tried to bond the images a bit more with color correction and stuff like that. So I think it was a good learning experience how to work with different material that you didn't even plan in the beginning, but at the end somehow you combine all the forces, all your knowledge, and somehow make some fluid motion picture. So it was really fun, at times frustrating, but in the end it was good.
Cool. And how did your team find this restriction of using the mobile phone? How did you make that work for you?
I would say a bit frustrating as well, because yeah, we have camera, so, and you know, like you can use you can be much more you can use more effect with the camera, I would say. So, but at the same time it's good because we return at something simple, and yeah, a bit frustrating, but at the same time a good experience.
Okay, so it helped you maybe like, oh, we're lagging out a bit here, sorry. Okay, I think we had some lagging going on there, but we'll move swiftly on. So just to repeat, in case I missed anything, you said that it was kind of frustrating experience, and you can do more things with the camera, but in the end, it kind of helped you to simplify your idea and work this more simple way. Okay, great.
I just can add maybe that we also had the same as already Jakob mentioned, and that group, we also had the same problem with 4K, you see. So maybe for someone who will work with phones, think about this before you use this amazing possibility, you know, of your phone, because basically then it was a lot of kind of, yeah, time consuming process.
Yes, you have to think about this, especially if you're doing this short turnover project, you know, like, yeah, very good point to make, Sasha. And yes, I was going to ask you if there was a story behind this that unfolds within the video. So you mentioned something about a rescue mission. So yeah, can you tell me a little bit about that? Like, how did you try and represent a rescue mission in this film?
Yes, it's kind of more of a joke, you know, to rescue ourselves. This metaphor also came with the rescue mission, but actually, of course, yeah, there should be some logic, even though it's experimental kind of piece of audiovisual material. So basically, the idea and the story behind it, maybe it's not so visual and visible in the final product, but okay, let's say it exists, and the story goes like this: that actually the person who is whose point of view we have, it's astronaut. So that's why we have this kind of, you know, constantly this window of a spacecraft. And this astronaut basically is remembering, like, you know, thinking about memories of his life on Earth and of his life and love. And also kind of this water, it's these desires, you know, and the impulses that he experienced. So basically about loneliness, you know, desire, longing, and, you know, are we alone in space or not?
Very nice. That's just what I wanted to hear. And I wanted to ask, was there some connection between the lyrics and the story that you were telling? maybe Slovenian speaker in the group?
Oh, well, yeah, we were of course going a bit with the lyrics, but I think here the music played a bigger part. Yeah, we were kind of trying to melt into this whole atmosphere, you know, not really trying to be too literal or anything, but just, you know, to feel the emotion of the music and to apply the visuals to the atmosphere so that it would fit. We didn't want to be like, at first I think the idea was much more literal and much more storytelling driven. But then when everything started falling apart, you know, we just picked the pieces from the floor and tried to find some meaning in that. And that's how this feeling-oriented video emerged.
So I would say that you did a good job of this atmosphere. I really felt it, you know, and it's really, it builds and builds for me, like it matches very nicely to the clips, even without me understanding the lyrics. So for me, it's not about the lyrics at all. It's all about the atmosphere that you created. So bravo. At this point, maybe we can have a bit of cross-group discussion. So I found it very interesting that we have two groups here that did the same song. So maybe Sasha's group, can you tell me how you found the other group's video? And do you see how they got to this idea from the same song? Because you know it very well.
I think we can, because actually this is very interesting, maybe because when we saw your version, you know, we were very surprised in kind of good way, because if we would do our first initial idea, the storytelling, like more kind of story building approach, then we would be very close to you, you know, it's just with some differences, but actually we would like really do a lot of things that you also did, I mean, in terms of storytelling. So it's very interesting, you know, how song and music and lyric can influence also the choice of visuals, you know, visual material.
Did the other girls want to say anything?
No, I have exactly the same feeling as Sasha when I saw the video. So. Yeah, basically, this song seems to evoke natural reactions from all of us in the same way. So actually, yeah, the story and even the characters, I think, were quite similar. So yeah,
cool.
Even black and white, you know. Yeah.
But from what I've seen, I think the execution was much better than our. I mean, of course, we would have finished if our wouldn't fall apart. So great job, guys. MRFY 2 or MRFY 1, whichever you are.
Yeah, they're MRFY 1. You guys are MRFY 2. So yeah, MRFY 1. On that note, let's move over to you guys. And kind of the same question for you. So how did you find, like, what did you think of the other group's video? Did it surprise you in any way that they came up with something quite different stylistically as well? And did you learn anything from the way they approached it? So yeah. Leia, maybe.
It was very interesting to watch because they had a completely different approach than we did. So it was kind of a surprise because I didn't expect that kind of approach. But it was a positive surprise, of course, because I really liked the video.
Nice. And Ella, did you maybe learn something from their approach that you hadn't considered?
Do you mean from the approach of other groups?
Wait 1 second. Is this the same Ella in the?
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. There's two Ellas. I mean Ella from MRFY 1. Did you learn something from the other groups, like, you know, like different perspective?
Yeah, what I found interesting in their video was that you don't need that much things going on, you know, like it's more about how you combine it and how you make it work, not so much how many things you see at the same time, how dynamic it is, because it's the song that makes it flow, you know. So I guess that.
Yes, you had two different approaches. So one is like this classic storytelling approach, and the other one was more this atmosphere. But you also had a lot of atmosphere in yours, I would say. So yeah, I think both groups obviously had different approaches, and you can learn something from both. So yeah, we can go back to Kaya's group. And I wanted to ask you if you had like any visual references that you used for this video.
We were checking on some websites like this Knowness, if you know, maybe.
Yes.
For like Barbie themed videos and stuff, but it really wasn't much of a, I mean, we didn't really find anything. So yeah, I mean, the idea was from Ella, and she showed the first day of the workshop, she showed her like her idea of the project. And yeah, for me, that was the only like reference. And for Ella, I don't know, maybe ask her.
Yeah, so Ella, maybe the same question. Where did you get your references from, like of visual references for this video?
I don't know, I didn't really get any visual references. It was just like an idea in my mind how to present something so innocent as dolls in such abstract and, I don't know, corrupted way. So and also I was perhaps the logo of the group, it's like in these colors, yellow, blue, and like popping. So I was like I was trying to catch these colors as a vibe, and neon lights and so on.
Very nice, very nice. Well, yeah, it's very strong imagery that you have throughout your video, very constant and yeah, very memorable, you know, it's a memorable video for sure.
And on that note, sorry, I just have a quick question. So also for Kaya's group, so whose Barbie collection is this?
This is my Barbie collection. I never throw anything away, so it was just lying there in the basement waiting to be used.
No, because it's quite impressive, I have to say. Like I have seen some models that I have not seen in a while, so really nice job. Back to Natasha. I just needed to.
Nice. Yes. I was also wondering that myself. And I was going to ask, why did you decide to use pornography in this video? You know, of the Barbies, and what did this represent? You know, what was the decision making process behind this, Kaja? Or maybe someone else, but I'm directing it at Kaja.
I don't know. Ella has some weird stuff. I mean, yeah, we just I don't know. It was also in this first reference video. She already used the bear, and he was like the pimp like of the Barbies. And why did we do that? It's a good question. I don't know.
Okay, maybe just to answer this question, because the lyrics are extremely picturesque, and it was just a way to mild things down, because if you listen to the song, it's very strong. So in that way, the video is actually, you know, like less kinky, to say so.
Okay, I get it. So I mean, as a non-native speaker, I wouldn't understand that this was was going on in the song. But it's good that you try to you balance it out by using something innocent like childhood dolls or subvert it in a kind of way. So now I want to ask this group, do you have any experience of music video making before? And do any of you plan to continue? Anybody?
I don't, not from like music videos. I mean, I studied video film before, but never did a music video. And I was really interested when I found out for this workshop. I wanted to try. And yeah, I like the fact that you are given some, in a way, guidance, because you have these lyrics of the song. So it's maybe easier that you don't start from like this blank paper, but you already have something you can like grab and then make video around this. Did I answer the?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to ask you, so you will continue making music videos?
Yeah, if there will be opportunities, I would be glad to do some more.
Nice, very inspiring. I've never made one myself, and this workshop made me very jealous that I didn't get the opportunity to make one. So maybe from anyone else in the group, does anyone in the group have experience of music videos?
Well, I was doing a little for like a favor to other people, so I would edit a video. That is all my experience, and maybe I have little software on computer, so I can do stuff.
And how was this video workshop different to your previous experience?
That was a standalone experience I was doing by myself, and this is like by a so if I mess something up, a professional can tell me what I did wrong and how can I do it better.
Okay, so wait, so the music video workshop was good because you had professional feedback. Yes, that's something very useful for all video workshops. If people are looking to further their skills, it's good to have this professional feedback. And do you plan to continue making music videos?
Well, for a hobby, yes, but I'll have a different career path for making money. But this is a good hobby to set my mind off.
And what is this career path?
Being a programmer a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of interested in that, but this is a very similar thing.
Very nice. That's very impressive. And I think, yes, definitely you can apply some knowledge of programming to music videos and vice versa. So yeah, cool. Okay, maybe Sasha's group again. We haven't spoken to you in a while. Do any of you plan to continue making music videos? Did you enjoy your experience, and what will you take away from it?
Okay,
Sasha,
this is
maybe?
this. You see, yeah, it's better to ask people directly.
Yeah, sorry.
Then they can't escape the answer. Yes, I mean, yes. It was very nice experience. I mean, it's not only nice, but I'm just kind of searching for words to describe it. Enriching, I would say, because like really, it's very interesting process, and also to solve all these challenges. And I also would like to mention that also the workshop was very inspiring. I think that if from the beginning it would be different atmosphere and kind of different approach from the side of from the mentors, it would be also a different outcome, then we wouldn't be so free maybe and wouldn't dare, to make this kind of a bit more abstract piece, like this, our video. So yes, I think that because this experience was very pleasant and full of pleasure, I think, yeah, I would love to continue making music videos in one way or another way.
Okay, and then the same question to Rojana and Tyfenn. We can start with Rojana.
Yeah, basically, I don't have anything new to say other than what Sasha already told. It's really an interesting experience. It's, of course, very different from the usual movie making because, yeah, it's in a way, maybe you think, yeah, it's easier, because you just have this one track, you don't have to worry about sound, but then again, you have to really connect everything with the imagery, the story, the concept. It's really, really interesting process, and I would love to do it again. Yeah.
Cool. And Tyfenn, what will you take away from this experience?
Yeah, I mean, same as Rojana and Sasha. It's a really good experience and challenging. And if I have the opportunity, I would love to do it again.
Awesome. And
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes, because I have a question to all our guests, because we also went through the same process as most of you, and I really wonder how you were dealing with this problem of editing on rhythm of your music, how you choose, especially MRFY people, because we have this kind of a bit not so obvious, this rhythmical structure, especially in some parts of this song, so how, maybe first you, because with SMRT, BOGA and OTROK it's kind of more it's different type of beat, but with MRFY, girls, how was it for you, to find this, editing line, speed, and all these things?
It was a bit challenging. We tried different shots at different beats, and at the end, we just let it the way it is now, and hopefully it works.
For sure it works. That's why I'm asking, because I couldn't even imagine, that it's possible in general. Ellen, what do you think about this? How was it for you to find this rhythm?
Well, just like Leah said, sometimes, I mean, even while we were filming, we were listening to the song the whole time. We've probably heard it hundreds of times already now. So we could really, get the flow. But yeah, sometimes, I don't know, maybe when you watch the music video, sometimes it flows, sometimes it's more about what's happening visually, not so much how it flows with the song, and that sort of, just works. I don't know.
Yeah, it worked really well, incredible job, really, with this piece. And for you girls, how was it to make this very rhythmical? And also because in your case you also use these split screens and pieces of screen, yeah, basically. How did you decide to do it? Because of this rhythm or because of some other reasons?
Yeah, I think in our case the rhythm is quite precise. It's really tuk tuk tuk. So we did a lot around that also. Also in editing, we really, for the first time, I think, really went into the lyrics and then make a story in editing. And yeah, I think especially the chorus has its own this beat. And we tried to visually feel to see what you are hearing. Oh, if that makes any sense. But yeah, we work on these beats a lot.
Cool. Ella, do you have something to add about these editing elements?
Yes, just nothing special, but yeah, with Kaja and Jakob, we really tried to catch the words, just to follow the rhythm. It was the bigger part of the whole editing, to just get the structure.
Thank you for this.
Okay. So actually, that's pretty much all of my questions for people here. So I will hand over. I mean, first I want to ask, does anyone here have questions? like Sasha did? Okay, well, I guess Spella does. So.
I have a question. Okay, so, and this question is actually like for all of you, because I was wondering, because this is mostly like the first time experience in making in video, music video making, I think, for almost all of you. So what would you say, like what surprised you the most, you know, about making the music videos? Like it can be pre-production or production, editing, just something that maybe really, you know, even if you have some experience in filmmaking before, so because this is definitely different. So what would you say that surprised you? So we can start with yeah, we can start with Rózsana and Tyfenn and this group.
What surprised us? That was the question, right? What surprised us? Yeah, probably how when you envision something in your mind, like a story, when you just follow the lyrics and the content, and you think, okay, it would kind of work, but then when you put it on the timeline and you have to actually sync it with the rhythm, with the atmosphere, it can get really, really hard, you know, to find the right rhythm. Also, I think it's maybe a bit easier to work with some more lively music because you have, you know, more stuff going on. I think that was the main problem with us, because we were really trying to make something interesting, but with everything we had, somehow we slipped into this, you know, just melancholic, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it was a real challenge to make something visually pleasing and not boring, because the music, you know, itself, it's really like
slow.
Yeah, really slow, really dark, you know, and yeah, to make something that wouldn't just be, you know, like some monotonous thing, that was the biggest challenge we have, and we are surprised how hard it actually is.
Yeah, I think because also the music is kind of pre-given to you, right? So it's definitely different than any kind of filmmaking where the music is added after and then you kind of can set the mood and the scene, and this is kind of like the other way around. So definitely, yeah, I can imagine this rhythm. Okay, and then Leia's group, what do you think? What surprised you the most about the whole process besides like the rhythmical part that Rózsana mentioned? Sorry, we can start with Leia.
Maybe just the process of getting an idea that works well with the song, because we had some ideas, but then we really wanted to represent it through the lyrics. So I think we had a hard time with that.
Yeah, because I was also wondering, you are the only group that actually had actors in the music video. So how did you approach them? Like, did you know them, and how was the whole like process working with them? Because it's definitely different when you have to kind of pay attention to that as well.
Both of the actors, which never acted before, actually, are my friends, and the girl who played the female character was sort of very like for it. She was really happy we invited her. My friend who played the male character was sort of shy, but he was really helpful because we only needed him for a couple of just like beauty shots, just so like a silhouette, just so we know it's there, just so we feel its presence in the video. But yeah, it was also kind of challenging because the river where we were filming was really cold. even I mean, it was sunny, but it was still cold, so we had to bring a lot of like towels and yeah, a lot of material.
So you need to be the production assistant as well with all the equipment. What river was that? Like, what was the location of shooting?
Kokra in Kran, just under the bridge.
Oh yeah, in summer it's nice, but I can imagine that it's a bit of a different experience now. Yeah, and let's go to the third group. So Kaja, Jakob, and Ela, you mentioned some like editing surprises, maybe not so positive, but do you maybe have any other things that surprised you? Maybe in a good way or in a bad way, you can decide.
To me, the biggest surprise was how unpredictable the time actually was, the time of the video and the duration of the video, and also the time we used for making. Because at first it was like, okay, we were shooting the scenes and the time went by, but we were like, okay, it takes time because, you know, you need to undress and dress dolls and so on. But we were like sure that we have so much material. But then when we were editing the video, we were like, okay, we have 2 minutes now. And then when we were on the 3rd minute of the song, there was no material to work with anymore. So we were like doing all these different editing techniques and so on. It was quite a job.
Quite the job, even though you had this big Barbie collection that I still think it's very impressive. And Kaja and Jakob, what's your take on this, on what Ela said?
Will I speak or will you?
You go.
Okay, I was very surprised that 4K videos take so much more space than HD. So it took an infinite long time that we managed to actually put it on a computer. So that was a little frustrating. Yeah, I know that I should record in HD next time, so we would save a little bit of time. Well, that was the biggest surprise for me.
Okay, noted. Remember. And then Kaja, what did you want to say?
Yeah, for me it was interesting. I mean, the fun part was editing because I never edit. I always had in my head for some rules for editing, and here it was just like playing around with these videos and just putting some effects and different effects in it and having fun. So that was nice.
That's also the most important thing. And like you mentioned having fun. So I was wondering, because you all probably heard the song that you were working with more than 100 times. So question, do you still like them?
Yes, I mean, I never really listened to them before, but now it's like gremo SKUPIVN all the time, every night. And yeah, it's in my head all the time.
The first thought when you wake up and the last before you go to bed. Okay, great. I guess this is what they wanted with this as well. So mission accomplished. And then Sasha, Tyfenn, Rózsana, what about your song? And of course, Ela and Lea, you guys have the same one.
Yeah, I think Tyfenn will know some words in Slovenian that she won't really be able to use at most times, but this song, I know it by heart, I think every note. And I will just say it's ingrained in me, I think, forever. And MRFY will have a special place in my heart after this.
And yours as well, Sasha. It seems like you agree.
Absolutely, absolutely. Never forget, you know.
And Lea and Ela.
Well, I definitely still like the song, and it's very special to me now because it's our first music video that we did. So yeah.
The same goes for me. I think I like it even more now because I connected with this experience, and anytime I live near the location we were shooting at. So, anytime I sit by this river, I just kind of connected with this experience and the people I was there with. So it's really nice.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rivers in this world, so I'm sure you'll be reminded of this song probably any time that you will see them so a lot. Okay, great. Natasha, do you have any other questions maybe?
For me, no, I'm finished with my questions.
Oh, okay, then I would just ask all of our participants if you would like to make any goodbye comments or I don't know, wishes for the future, anything you're working on, whatever this is very open, so you can choose.
Luksuz produkcija rocks.
That's the spirit. Any other comments besides the best one now?
I would like to thank you everyone, because it was like, now I'm listening, I was listening to all your experience, and this is so surprising, you know, how we also went through the same practical stages as you know, also cold rivers, you know, this is immediately came to my heart, and these troubles of material that you don't have in the middle of your song, you know. So I mean, really, it's very interesting, you know, how we were in parallel realities somehow, but still, you know, united by this experience. So thank you very much, and thanks very much to organizers of the workshop, and I hope it will be more opportunities to meet again and to do these crazy things together. Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha, for sharing this. And yes, we can only hope this will happen. And again, I think it's been proven that music really unites people on all levels, from editing, making to listening. So yeah, I just wish the whole world would be more involved in music in any shape or form. Okay, guys. So if we all said what we wanted to say, then I would just like to thank you to all of the participants of this workshop and our guests that came here today. And I wish that this music video that you made will be just the first of many in your future, and there will be less and less practical problems on the way and more success. So yeah, thank you again for taking the time and joining us on this last evening of our festival. And also for the viewers, if you want to watch, and I sincerely would advise you, so if you want to see the videos that we're talking about, head over to our YouTube channel and see what they made. And also you have a few more hours until the end of this Sunday to watch any movies that you maybe missed during our festival. So just make sure that you use this chance while you still have it. Okay, and now it's actually the official, goodbye time, because this marks the ending of the 18th edition of Luksuz Cheap Film Festival. Actually, a very special edition to us all, and I think I could say one of the more challenging, or maybe not even the most actually challenging, because we moved everything online for the first time. But we did it. I mean, 2 weeks of great movies and super cool conversations, and I would like to thank everyone who joined us, especially all of the authors who chatted with us on our live Q&As, but not just for chatting, actually, for making the films that we screened in the first place. And I think this way, over the last 2 weeks, we kind of together, we are, and will be, I hope, building this global community of non-commercial film lovers. And I wish you all, like our guests and all of our viewers, lots of luck and creativity on your future journeys. And for all of you filmmakers, keep making the movies, especially in these times now, actually, because you need to be more relentless and resilient than ever in getting ideas onto your screen, on the screen. And lastly, thank you to our Luksuz team, everyone involved. So behind the scenes and screens, and on the screens and scenes. So thank you so much. We all together, we made this digital journey possible. And I think this is just the beginning of more digital adventures that are coming, I think, in the future. So dear viewers, follow us on our production on social media, so on Facebook, on Instagram, and on our YouTube. So you'll be updated with everything we have going on here, and you won't miss anything. Okay, so now the festival rocket is officially on the ground. I just wish everyone a great Sunday evening, and I hope to see you soon online, and even sooner, hopefully offline, so in real life. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.
Yeah.